Hi, so what's going on, guys? I'm gonna bring you guys a new video today. It's gonna be the 5 things that I hate about my car, or dislike, because I really do like the car in general. But these are gonna be the 5 things that I don't. They kind of get to you on a day-to-day basis. You know, when you drive a car every day to day, there's gonna be things that you dislike about it, because no car is perfect. But I just wanted to get out of the way that I actually do really love this car, and these are just 5 things that they kind of get on my nerves a little bit. So I hope you guys enjoyed. These videos are a little bit easier for me to film because I'm just like going to drive. I'm gonna go pick up some coffee and I can just talk about it. It's easier to film for me during the week when I have school and it's kind of busy. So I hope you guys like it. I appreciate everyone who's liking the videos, watching them. We just crossed 40 subscribers, so I want to thank each and every one of you guys for subscribing. And if you're new just to this video, subscribe if you like it, and let's get to it. Anyways, guys, so getting right into it, the first thing that I do hate about this car is the fact that I can't really get a comfortable seating position. And what do I mean by that? Like, yes, the car's comfortable and everything, but like, I feel like there's not that much headroom in here. And I know it's a smaller car, but that's one thing I wish I can't find a good balance between like having enough headroom and having like a good space between me and the steering wheel, because I do like to sit a little bit closer to the steering wheel, and me being like 6'3", the E92, it doesn't really have a ton of headroom. And again, it's not like a make or break thing, but like, I just wish that there was a little bit more headroom. Like, I could just sink the seat down a little bit more. That's one little gripe I have about the car. All right, so the second thing I hate about this car, and I think it's been touched a lot upon from owners of this car and other BMWs, is the frickin' cup holders. And I'll show you clips of like what I mean in this, like, while I'm talking about this. But the cup holders, they pop out of the dash, and they're too small to fit a lot of drinks, and then they don't really support drinks that don't fit them perfectly. So if you put like a water bottle in there, it's just gonna like fall over when you accelerate. People's knees, if you have a passenger and you have both the cup holders open, sometimes they'll knock the drinks off, and I don't know, like, they're not great cup holders. I know people are gonna say, oh, well, it's a German car, they don't design the cup holders to be good because you're supposed to be on the Autobahn with it. And to that I say, you try living with it every day. It's gonna get on your nerves too, because we all know we like to have our coffee and stuff in the morning, and we like to put it in a cup holder. It's not. I would rather have a good cup holder. The next thing I dislike about this car is some of the plastics in here. Again, for the most part, the interior is pretty high quality. It's like what you would expect from a BMW. It's a luxury car at the end of the day. But there's just a couple spots where there's like cheaper plastics, and I wish that they could have, even if it's still a plastic, I wish that they had gone with something a little more durable. Like on the steering wheel, I know every person's steering wheel, like everyone who has like an E90 or E92, whatever, that generation, the E90 generation, they all, on their steering wheels, the plastic, it starts to wear off on the corners, and like, I'll show you exactly what I mean, but I just wish they could have used some higher quality plastics in here. Anyways, guys, so for the fourth thing, I wanted to like come to a stop and show you guys, because I think you need a visual for this one, and it has to do with the paddle shifters. So the reason I dislike the paddle shifters is because it's like different than like any other car I've ever really been in. So I'm gonna show you what I mean. Okay, excuse my wheel being sideways because I'm parked on like a little bit of an angle here on the driveway, but as you can see, it has paddles on the front and on the back. Both sides, same thing. Paddle on the front, paddle, like you press it from the front or the back. So it doesn't matter which side you hit it, for the paddle, like the left or the right side, they both do the same thing. So if you push the paddle on the back of the steering wheel, that's gonna upshift. So like you can go from like gear 1 to gear 2 to gear 2 to gear 3. It's on the back of the steering wheel, both sides. That's how you upshift. Now to downshift, is the opposite. Front of the steering wheel, both sides, it's gonna get you a downshift. So you know, you're 4 to 3, you're 3 to 2, 2 to 1. That's how you downshift. And I just think that it would have been a lot better if they had just kept with what every other car has. Even the M3 from the same generation, same year, has the paddles where you shift up on the right and down on the left. It just makes a lot more sense. It's easier to use, and I dislike that about this car. And the last thing I want to talk about was like, it's just the assumptions that people make about you when you drive a car like this. You know, they see the BMW logo on the front, and they automatically assume that you're like some douchebag asshole that like gets their parents to pay for everything and all that. Like, I've gotten so many like comments like that, like, oh, how could you afford that, blah blah blah, stupid stuff like that. Like, not that it's anyone's business anyways, but people just assume like whatever, that your parents are super rich or whatever because they see a young guy in a car like this, even though they're not really that expensive at this point. Like, you can get a 335 for a pretty reasonable price. Like, if you work hard, you can get this car no problem. But yeah, people assume that they'll assume you're like a dickhead, and even if they don't assume that it's because your like parents paid for it, then they'll assume like, oh, you drive like an asshole, and like you think the world revolves around you, blah, all that stuff. You know the way people think about BMW drivers. And I swear to God, guys, I do actually signal, and I don't cut people off constantly. I know it's hard to believe. I also own a Mustang, so that makes it even harder to believe too, right? And I have never killed a crowd, so. Anyways, those are the 5 things that I dislike about this car. Anyways, guys, so I just got back. I hope that was the video. Those are the 5 things that I dislike about the car. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I got my coffee now. But hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like if you liked it. Remember to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later.